Hello, and welcome back to the Rose Garden. Today we're going to do another anime of the day, and a topic that I know a little bit about, but he knows more, so I made sure he was here. We're going to talk about Dragon Ball.
Woo!
And we have our collection with their fancy spines that, make the dragon shen something.
Shenron.
Yeah. Anyhow. I'm not the biggest fan of Dragon Ball. I'll just, be honest. This is his domain more.
Well, for me, I grew up watching Dragon Ball, and I caught the first 13 episodes on Fox when that first came out. This was years before Dragon Ball Z appeared on Toonami on Cartoon Network, so Keith and I watched that early in the morning. And stars Son Goku, a little kid with a monkey tail and an extendable staff left to him by his grandfather.
Why don't we back up a little and talk about the fact that Dragon Ball is a very loose interpretation of the story of the Monkey King.
Journey to the West.
Which is why his name is Son Goku, because it's part of the story. Just like he has his extendo staff, which was the Monkey King's. I don't know if the Monkey King actually had a floating cloud, but
I'm pretty sure he did.
So there you go. And then, the rest of it's just food puns, so.
But yes, this series is, I don't know if it is the first, but it's the earliest one that I can remember that's a fighting anime. Where they pretty much just go from episode to episode, picking up new characters, beating up new people, learning new special moves. And the first few episodes is like pure martial arts stuff and training, like, hey, wear this 40-pound backpack for doing everything throughout your day. You'll get stronger.
It's a turtle shell.
Yes, turtle shell.
Because their teacher is from the turtle school.
The Turtle Master.
Yes, Master Roshi, who is creepy as hell. And then he's training with this guy, Krillin.
Yep.
Who never gets bigger.
And Dragon Ball Z is like a straight-up fighting anime with lots of blood and seriousness, whereas Dragon Ball, it does have a lot of martial arts. However, the vast majority of it is comedic, and it has a lot of sex comedy that gets cut out if you're watching the English dub, so normally watch that with the subtitles, see what they're really talking about.
Well, it also is deeper, like when he's going through the Red Army's tower, and he runs into the android, the Frankenstein.
Yep.
The subtitles, they're talking all about, like, life and death and stuff, and the English is just like, wow, this is cool, what is your name? Or something. It's like, really? But it's the same when we watched Ranma with the subtitles. The two are just not the same.
Yep. And the first 13 episodes, those were dubbed a long time ago, early 90s. The anime is originally from the 80s. And then when it was released on Cartoon Network by Funimation, they also had a lot of censorship on that since they wanted to broadcast it during the day. So you couldn't talk about how your martial arts teacher needed you to bring him a Playboy in order for him to accept your membership in his school. So all the old men are perverted in this show, and there's just lots of silliness. Master Roshi can really beef himself up when he needs to throw a fireball.
When the need arises. But yeah.
And the series is very long, and it goes on for like 100 and something episodes. So Goku starts off as this little kid, 10 years old about, and it ends with him being a man and eventually marrying his wife, which takes us to the next saga of Dragon Ball Z, where he's got a kid.
And marrying his wife was not his idea at all.
Nope.
At all.
He deserved it, though.
He's so dumb.
Yes, Goku is as dumb as a bag of hammers, but he is... Oh, what's that word?
Lucky?
Naive, innocent spirit.
I was
Pure of heart. There you go. Because the only reason he can ride on his cloud is because he's pure of heart. Whereas
Yes.
other people who are, normal humans and are perverts and terrible people have to hang on to Goku for dear life, otherwise it'd fall through his magic cloud.
Can't Chi-Chi ride on it?
Yes, Chi-Chi's a good person. Bulma and Krillin, not so much.
Yeah, it's definitely not Bulma.
And everyone in the show has really strange naming conventions, either food, especially vegetables, or musical instruments, or underwear.
I'm gonna say Bulma is what, black panties or something.
Yep.
The musical instruments are mostly in this one because of Piccolo, so all of his minions are named after instruments. The vegetables is more in the Z territory, which we'll talk about next time.
Yes. When you find out that Goku isn't quite human, if the monkey tail didn't give it away.
Yes, the monkey tail that made us have to blow up the moon! Because that's normal. So normal.
Yes, the series does get repetitive, and it was a lot easier watching as a kid with one episode a day coming on than it is now just sitting down and binge watching everything.
Yes, because as I've stated, we don't watch episode to episode if we can help it. So this was watch a disc a night and not go mad. That didn't work. But it got to the point where, I don't remember if it was in this or in Z, we were just like fast forwarding through like Bulma's scenes because we were just so done with her.
Yeah, that was Dragon Ball Z because they were like, hey, let's have a battle, and then Bulma would be...
she was underwater.
Yeah, she's screwing around looking for stuff.
Probably Dragon Ball, but...
Or a big pearl, something like that.
Yeah. Regardless, I would still recommend watching it, even though I'm not the biggest fan. It was still... At least the first couple seasons were cute and enjoyable.
Yeah, the first few episodes are good. Once they hit the Red Ribbon Army arc is when it starts to get a bit repetitive.
Yeah.
But most of the martial arts tournaments are pretty fun to watch. Especially when people have bizarre ways of winning battles, like hawking loogies on each other or ripping off all their clothes to distract their opponents.
Didn't one have, like, sweat pheromones or something that, like, gassed people?
Yes, there was a guy with really stinky armpits who somehow made it into like the final 8 or 12 because no one could put up with his stinky armpits.
Yeah, but he had like no skills.
And it's like, as much as Dragon Ball in retrospect isn't as great a show as we have today, without Dragon Ball I don't think shows like Fairy Tail and One Punch Man would exist or be anywhere near as popular as they are. And those are really good shows.
Yeah, it's along the line of Sailor Moon being that groundbreaking female empowerment series.
It's like, you've always got to have that first thing that maybe it doesn't fire on all cylinders, but it has really good things going for it, like early video games, like, hey, this part's really fun, and then the other 80% of the game is, really frustrating and crappy, but as the years go by, it gets better and better.
I'm just gonna get over Damos glaring at you.
She doesn't like me.
Yeah, you made her mad too many times today. Rumble packs. But, is there anything else we want to talk about?
Oh, I think that might be it.
Until Dragon Ball Z, at least.
Yes, watch some Dragon Ball till you get tired of it, then throw in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, because you don't really need to connect them. they cover it all for you.
There'll be enough flashback scenes for you.
Though, yeah, I do wish there was a more streamlined version of this, like the Kai of Z, but, oh well. I think that's all we're gonna ramble about.
Yeah.
I think. So, I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you next time.